Okay, we're back. Market's starting to move here a little bit. We'll see if it can break. It broke through that 1103 and a quarter. We'll see if it can stay below there and start heading down towards 1102. But again, it's really slow action, and we're probably going to go right back into no zone here, which could be a good thing if this market continues moves down and comes out of no zone. We can then take another. We can then take a high probability trade like we did earlier and try to make some profit off of that trade. But I'm going to let this trade cook. If it moves down to 1102.50, okay, I'm taking my stop loss down. I'm starting off with an 8-tick target here, 8-tick stop loss. But if I get 4 ticks of price action, that happened earlier, we had it move down automatically, got broke even. That's okay. Once I see 4 ticks of profit, I need to start ensuring that I'm not going to take a loss. Okay, I can't move it down after 1 tick. I can't move it down after 2 ticks. You got to give it some room to breathe. But after 4 ticks, I got to take it down. So of course I've got my NinjaTrader set up to do that for me. So if it comes down here and hits 1102.50, we're going to let that stop loss come down. See if we can grab the 6 ticks off the trade. You can see we're in no zone, so we won't take any more NSEs. We're going to try to take this down, take a full 6 ticks off of it, and then we'll see we come out of no zone, try to take a high probability trade, get some more profit off that end of the day. So I'm going to pause the video one more time, and we'll come back in a bit. Okay, we're back. Trade is still moving sideways, but I need to bring up that the long-term filter is close to going short. So if it goes short, I'm going to try to take this down 3 more ticks. Okay, 6 ticks would be a recovery plus 2 ticks, but if I can grab 3 more ticks on the same trade, okay, that will recover us and give us full profit and still be done within the first 2 hours of trading. So it would have been 2 hours. Don't know that that's going to happen. This thing starts spiking down really quick and I get filled at 1102 before the long-term filter goes short, well, then I get my 6 ticks and then I have to wait for a high probability setup. But again, if it goes short and I'm still on this trade, I'm taking this down to 1.25. Why 1.25? Because again, I'm only down 4 ticks. The extra 2 ticks we're getting here covers the commissions and some. So if I can get 3 more ticks off of it and not have to place another trade and spend more with the broker commission, right? I can make my profit right there at 1101.25, but I'll need that long-term filter to go short. Okay, so right now you see a long EET that's disregarded. We're short this NSE. So really kind of a funky looking day, right? Very low volume, very little action, not a lot of movement. So it's taken a little bit longer to trade, but that's okay. Okay, now I will say that as of right now, if we hit 1102.50, my stop loss is going to go down to entry. But if the long-term filter goes short, I'm moving my stop loss back up. I'm going to try to get more profit off it. Got to give the trade more room to breathe. And that long-term filter would turn this short NSC that I've been in for 25-30 minutes into a high probability setup. Okay, and I just mentioned this time of day, I only want to take high probability setups, but we're already in the trade before that time happened. And I said this is a very long trade and could be frustrating, right? It goes down and it pops up and stops out like it did earlier, but I'm okay with that. Not going to freak out. Now, long-term filter is really close to going short. It's not short yet, so I need to wait just a little bit. There it goes. It's gone short. I'm taking this back up. I'm going to take this down to 1101.25. Okay, I realize you do not see the long-term filter on my screen, but it has just signaled short. That means overall long-term filter is the overall trend of the market. It's just changed direction. So I needed to move this back up. I need to give it that room to breathe because I want to take more profit off this trade. So we were initially trying to get out at 1102. That would have been a full 6-tick recovery trade that would have put us back into green. But if we can get the few extra ticks now because of the long-term filter, I want to get them. Okay, so you saw a normal standard, a standard normal system entry go 20 minutes and then turn into a high probability trade because the long-term filter, the overall direction of the market, has just changed short. Okay, so Could come back and bite me. Market could turn right back around and bounce. I don't know, but I got to stick with the rules. And it still even hasn't even hit 1102 anyway, so I'd still be in this trade regardless. The only exception is if the long-term filter didn't go short, my stop loss would be at entry. So if it were to bounce up and hit 3.5, I'd be out even. Now I won't be because of the long-term filter. I'm going to give it more room to breathe. Okay, so a lot of good stuff you're seeing on this video. I really, covered the full gamut today. You saw losing trades, break-even trades, trades turn into high probability trades, right? You've really seen it. You've seen EETs. Think we did a cancel pullback. Now I forget we've been doing these videos so long today, but so you're really getting to see the full gamut of what day trading is all about. And the good thing is it's normally not, and I hate to say bad because it really hasn't been that bad. It's just a little bit long, a couple hours of trading, but it's normally 20 minutes, 25 minutes. You got to take the good with the bad. If you get a long day, you get a long day. But again, this time of day, I mean, when this trade ends, if I get out here at 11:01 and a quarter, okay, I've made enough money. I've recovered all the way, covered commission, still made profit. I'm done for the day. But if I were, for whatever reason, going to have to continue trading, if this were to come, let's say I didn't move my stop loss and it was here at entry and I get stopped out even, right? I would simply wait for a high probability trade setup. I'd get up, make a sandwich, go to lunch. I'm not going to sit there and stare at the screen all during lunch hour. But again, the high probability trade just turned itself on with the long-term filter, so I'm staying in. Okay, so to keep myself from sounding like a broken record over and over again, I'm going to pause this video, let this trade cook. It's been going on for quite some time, may go on for a while longer, so I'm going to pause the video and come back in a little bit. Okay, we're back. Market's still moving slow. It finally hit our initial target of 1102, and I was watching time and sales. A lot of prints went off. Hard to say for sure, but pretty sure we'd have been filled if we were initially going for that 6 ticks, as you recall. We would have been filled, would have had a 6-tick trade, but because of the long-term filter, trying to get a few more ticks, end the day with just this last trade. Now that's a double-edged sword because I could have jumped off with 4 ticks, could have jumped off with 6 ticks, could have always come back later. This could still turn around. And I may not see 1101 and a quarter, but with the long-term filter in play, we broke this little support level. And guys, I'm not a support and resistance level trader, but there's something to be said here when you see something like this happen. This is just short term, kind of made that bottom. Happened earlier too at 1103 and a quarter earlier in the day, but we finally broke down through 1102 and a quarter, hit 1102, and just going to try to grab, well, really 4 more ticks at this point, but try to grab some more profit because the long-term direction of the market is now down. So I want to capitalize on that, as we've been saying. So I'm going to just let this trade cook. It's a very long trade. This trade's been about an hour long, and that's for us, that's pretty long. When I say our average trading day is 20 minutes, and we have one and done days that are done in 5 minutes, to be in a trade for an hour is a very long trade. And of course, I didn't know that going into this. When I started this video this morning, you're always wanting to get a one and done. Didn't happen, and here we are 2 hours and change later, and it ended up being a longer day. And so I'm really glad I caught this on film, because you get to see a lot of one and dones on my blog. I have all those videos, one and done, or we take a loser, recover, and we're done 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and all that's great. But I don't usually catch a long day on video. So I don't even know how many videos we have, 4 videos, 5 videos, but it's really good that you see the other side of the spectrum. We had some break evens, we had some losses. We're still in a trade that could still lose, right? But it had already hit our 6-tick target that would have recovered us. And ideally, if it wasn't for the fact the long-term filter had gone short, we would have been done. We would have had our 6 ticks. We would have been up 2 ticks, probably about even with commissions. Would have waited for another trade. Would have came back after lunch, come back later, grab 4 ticks, wrap up the day. Long-term filter put us in a high probability mode, so we're trying to capitalize on that. The only thing that's working against us is that it is the lunch hour. Well, just almost the lunch hour, and there's very little volume. There's not much going on, but I'm going to follow my charts. My charts say that this is a great trade, and so far it's proven that. It's definitely given me 6 ticks. I'm electing to stay in more, try to grab 3 more ticks out of it so I could be done for the day. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna have to pause the video, guys, one more time. Hopefully this will be the last video, but we'll pause it. We'll see if we break down through 1102. If we do, we'll probably see a lot of selling action and should hit 1101 and a quarter, and hopefully jump off and be a great day and be off for the rest of the afternoon. So let me go on ahead and pause, and we'll be back. Okay, we are 2 points in the money, so my stop loss is coming down here to entry. Okay, still got a lot of room to play, but I got 8 ticks profit in here. I was going for 6, right? We took it, we got 8. We're going for actually one more tick. See if we can grab it because of the long-term filter. But now I'm at a point where don't want this to turn into a losing trade. Okay, could be frustrating, right? Because we have 8 ticks on the table. Well, we did have 8 ticks on the table. We could have grabbed that 8 ticks and ran, and this could still turn around and break us even. But again, at long-term filter, it's there. We could actually go for more on this trade. But with the time of day that we're at, the lack of volume, and the fact that I know right here I've covered my commissions and made my profit, I'm definitely happy at that level. So it hit 1101.50. We took it down. We'll see if it can come back down here again, clear up all these bids, come down to a quarter, see if we can get filled. Here we go. There's all the bids cleared up. Let's see if we can touch 50, or a quarter rather. I got some more guys jumping in. So pretty good stuff here, guys. This is a great video series, and I really hope you get something out of this because it really shows the full gamut of day trading for a living. So a lot of prints going off here. We should be in line here. We've been in here for quite some time. See if we can get filled. And 2.25 points on this trade, and we're done. And as I said, could stay in for a little longer, but you know what? We had the opportunity. I told you on that initial short NSC way back over here that we're going to try to get 6 ticks. The long-term filter went short. We used that to our advantage and took 2.25 points off that. So we recovered, made our money, and it's still not even lunchtime. So good example of a longer day trading, but we're still only 2 hours and 20 minutes into it, so I got the rest of the day. So still not too shabby. Again, the point here is to teach you that you can trade for income. Some guys can't make it off of 50 bucks a day. Most people can't make it. But you'll see people trading my system with 2-3 contracts, making 150 bucks a day that are quite happy with that. And you got some guys with bigger money, bigger trading accounts, more risk capital that are making, 6 figures trading the system. But you have to start somewhere. You got to start, you got to learn. That's what it's all about. So I want to thank you for taking the time to watch these videos. I know there was a lot of them, but they were recorded live. I don't know what's ever going to happen. So when you trade it live, you don't know what's going to happen. You just got to follow the rules and play it out. That's why I do these videos, to show you the real deal. So sure enough, look at this. We're about ready to touch down even more. So definitely left some money on the table with that trade, but we still made our income. So let's go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you again for watching. This is David Marsh with Emini trading strategies.com.